And we are back from the break. And Lafdul has informed me that there is a reason to keep some of those Kuotoa things.
The Duke, because I have a book that I stole.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know what the book does, and guessing that identified is a little bit hard for me.
Okay.
So yeah, I was just gonna. Actually, it reminds me I need to do a few spells on it.
Okay.
Because books are bad, can be bad.
These books are fine. I don't know
Books
why
are
you're so
not bad.
scared.
People are bad.
Hang on. Get the quote right. It was books are evil.
No, they're not. It's the people that use evil spells on the books that are evil.
All right, so you have taken everything from the galleon that you want, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
When you did your detect magic, did you find if any of the siege weapons are magical? Did you check that or not?
None of them are.
Alright. Oh, did he have any linen? Just cuz.
No.
Oh, can we make sure we take the shots? It might be rubbish. Way of the
Yeah, you replenish your stocks, I guess.
Yeah, just say that you replenish your ammo. Okay. So back into Wildspace. You most of their food was not very appetizing, so just FYI, it did not look very tasty. You're not sure what it was from, but it did not look appetizing.
Meat?
Meat, yes, lots of dried meat that did not look very appetizing at all.
Yeah, we'll take that sort of stuff because some people are cannibalistic.
This sounds incredibly crazy, but can Finn tell what meat the creature is from? That isn't something he can do, is it?
I don't think so.
He can identify plants, but not animals by their meat.
Oh no, Laughter was just going to be going up to Finn and be like, "Is this human? Is this person?"
Well, so that's the thing is like anytime that meat looks distasteful, it's like pretty obvious it's not from a cow type creature or other herd animal type creature. It might be from humanoids, or it may even just be from like animals that you would not want to eat because they're not.
Next, you'll be asking if we can. You'll be asking if we can turn a sausage back into whatever it was with
a wish.
Revived it. Revival spells.
Okay. So, let me see. That was... Alright, that was near the start of a day, I believe. So, another day's travel will get you to the Zorn land. Or another half... Yeah, like another half day, I guess.
Yeah, one shift.
Alright, so... You can go to about right here, into the entrance of this cavern area.
Hang on, I'm on the wrong part of the... There we are.
Another day's sorry.
There?
No, a day has not passed
by the way.
Oh.
They had no cargo. They just had valuables. It looked like if they were on like a fresh pirating trip kind of thing.
Any stolen cargo?
Yeah. No, they did not.
Or do we move in here?
No, just right here, for now.
There, okay. No, that's cool.
All right, so you get back underway, and as you're entering this kind of obvious little cavern area, you drop out of spelljamming speed as a perfectly spherical rock intercepts you. It's like an asteroid, but it's perfectly spherical. And it is not moving like an asteroid would. It is not drifting. It is clearly under power. And the Pecs. I think that like the captain of the Pecs would have joined you on your ship at that point before you entered.
Yeah.
And he says, "That would be one of the Zorn ships. Would you mind if I signaled it? We wouldn't want any misunderstandings."
No, go ahead.
They are quite territorial. Thank you. So he takes your signal lantern and starts signaling. You can't pick up what is being passed, Braxon. And so it's clearly a language that you don't understand. And there's a signal back, and there's a kind of a back and forth for a bit. And then this large stone vessel, which it clearly is, slows down and moves closer to you, but not at like what you'd expect for a like combat speed kind of thing. And the Peck turns to you and says, "We will be meeting with them on board their ship. Do you mind holding position here while we do so?"
No, that's fine.
Thank you. So it comes in close, and this thing is massive. On the order of like a small dwarven citadel in size. But as it gets close to you, a handful of strange creatures kind of appear from the stone itself. They're almost cone-like with 3 legs and 3 arms coming off, and their eyes, 3 eyes around the edges. And the top of the cone is a big, chompy mouth. And the ship is now close enough that one of these just kind of hops from the surface now that it has just come out of it onto your deck, and it's clearly looking around at everyone on your deck as the Peck approaches it, and they begin conversing in another language.
Solas makes a observation about the Xorn and their ship and notes about it.
Okay.
Braxon's going to try and see if he can tell what the language is.
Okay, you're not sure what the language is, but you can use your ring to try and understand it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
Okay. So first of all, the ship itself, Solas, as far as you can tell, it is just a rough stone sphere. It's not like it's polished smooth. It's
But
definitely
it is
rocky.
perfect
There are
sphere.
little, as far as you can tell, it certainly looks like a perfect sphere. And you see no obvious hatches or cave openings. There's a few small craters on the surface, but that's about it. It's like the majority of the that's like the only thing that breaks up kind of the uniform surface nature of it. And you see no hatches or anything like that. Braxon, so they're conversing, and they're definitely using some terminology that doesn't seem to quite translate in your head. Maybe they're people names, place names, proper noun, that sort of thing. But the gist of it is that the Zorn is asking the Pecs why they have arrived in an unusual ship and why they haven't shown up for a while. You kind of sense a bit of not anger, but like the sense that an agreement has been breached from the Zorn.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a strangeness to the conversation that you're having a difficult time wrapping your head around. But the Peck is explaining the situation, that their vessels have been pirated. They had to hire you guys to bring them here so that they could uphold their end of the bargain. And there's a back and forth about this as the Peck is clearly trying to get the Zorn to understand that there was no harm meant. They're willing to make up for their lack of upholding their end of the deal. And finally, the Zorn seems to understand and acknowledge that no harm was intended and everything like that, and the deal can continue. The Peck then asks if there can be an alteration to the deal, and you gather that he's basically asking the Zorn to take over the duties of transporting whatever it is that they had agreed to because of the danger. And there's definitely an element of the Peck is clearly buttering up this Zorn by saying how powerful their ship is, which, while flattery, it's clearly flattery, it's also not untrue. Give me a carpentry check at a minus, a +4 penalty. So your score, whatever your roll is, 4 higher. Braxon.
Sorry?
A carpentry check.
Carpentry check, sorry.
Yeah. But there's a penalty of +4.
Right. Hang on. Let me roll the d20 and I'll look at that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Carpentry.
that's a fail.
You don't
Yeah.
even need to
Yeah.
look.
Don't even need to look.
Yeah, I hadn't looked.
Yeah.
I found it and then I looked up and I'm like, 02.
So there's you have no other than the fact that this thing is at least the size of a small dwarven citadel. You have no ability to estimate beyond that how powerful this might be.
Yeah.
But it's the size of a small dwarven citadel, and you know that even your ship, you would not really want to mess directly with a dwarven citadel kind of thing.
Yeah. Even rams, it'd be good.
I'm
How
sorry?
are you even powering it?
Even if it just rammed things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're pretty sure that if this thing decided to ram you, you would not have a ship anymore.
It's like a ship-sized cannonball.
A larger.
Oh, no. This thing is more than a ship-sized cannonball. In fact, let me go ahead and see.
The ship is the cannonball. That's what I was trying to align.
Ah,
Maybe
okay.
I didn't word it
Gotcha.
properly.
Yeah, but the ship size that it is, it's basically more like a space station-sized cannonball.
So, your ship... Yeah, so your ship is 250 feet long. This is a sphere 250 feet in diameter.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing is substantially more... there's substantially more mass in this this spherical rock. But they go back and forth as the Peck is trying to convince the Zorn. But finally, the Zorn nods and agrees to the exchange. It sounds like the Peck has increased whatever their portion is by a quarter. So they're going to be paying, essentially they're going to be paying extra for the Zorn to take over the shipping duty of whatever it is that they've been doing. And this is this goes on for a bit. Most of you are very bewildered, and you're definitely being watched by at least another half dozen of these creatures, kind of half exposed from the stone.
They melding into the stone. If any of us noticed that.
They seem to be, or they seem to be able to move through the stone as if it were maybe water or something like that. They do not seem to be they're not burrowing. They're just
Solas.
Pass through as if it was air.
Solas makes a note about how these things are clearly from the elemental plane of Earth.
Yeah. Seems.
Well, you've heard
And-
of Zorn.
Yeah,
As a
But,
moderately leveled wizard and a scholar, you've heard of Zorn, and yeah.
yeah, but I mean, no, in the meaning of that, how they can move through the stone.
Yeah.
That it seems that it's clearly a ability that many creatures in that plane have.
So after the deal is exchanged, the Pex ask if they can have their ship brought back with the Zorn back to their port. And there's a bit of a back and forth, and it sounds like the Pecs have agreed to an exchange of whatever the material is, whatever the trade good or whatever they've made this deal with them about. And the Zoran agrees, and then turns to you, Braxon. The Peck has clearly pointed you out as the captain of your vessel, and it speaks in a very deep, gravelly voice, almost like stone and metal scraping against each other. And it says, "Release ship. We take it from here."
Braxon will
Agreed.
bow. Braxon will bow and say, "Agreed."
Good. And then the Peck and the Zorn exchange some more words, just kind of a last minute statements, finishing up the conversation kind of thing. And then the Peck goes back to the eel ship to discuss with his fellow Pecks. And the Zorn ship repositions itself after you assume the captain of the Zorn gets back aboard.
Yeah. Did we get paid half before? So we got to get paid before we.
No, you didn't get
up.
paid half before. You're going to get paid when you get back to the Peck port.
Does the Peck captain give us any
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
proof that we?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So before you release the tow line, the Peck comes back to you and he hands you a sealed letter. There's it's rolled up. There's a wax seal placed on it, a very elaborate seal, so that you can tell that it has not been opened, kind of thing. And he says to you, "We thank you for the escort and protecting us. I believe that that helm that you got from the pirate ship, if you wish to sell it, my people may be interested in purchasing it, but if not, this letter will certainly cover your reward upon your return."
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
We greatly appreciate your assistance.
I wish you all the best with your future trading.
Thank you very much. We are glad to have this situation ironed out and to be back receiving more of our brethren from our home plane. Thank you. And then he returns to his ship, and you release the tow line.
Yeah.
The Pecks kind of use sails and oars to reposition their ship, and the Zorn ship repositions, and all of a sudden a great opening opens in the side of this spherical stone. You saw no seams whatsoever. You have no idea how this is working.
Solas makes lots of notes about this.
The notes kind of end up being, How do they do it? I do not understand how this works. There are no seams.
Well, he starts
Tries
making
to put
theories.
logic.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
When it
It's
opens
very
up,
bizarre.
does it perhaps go
What?
like Pac-Man?
Oh god.
No,
Sorry.
it doesn't open up like that. It doesn't open up like that. It's like a panel opens in it.
Right.
Not like it, the thing does not split in half. It's like a panel opening. And it slowly engulfs the eel ship, which is substantially smaller than the Zorn ship. You do get some glimpses inside the a very large opening. You can see big chunks of stone, like loose stone, that glitter with some sort of ore or gems or something like that in a few places in there. And a number of other Zorn, at least a dozen, wandering around inside there. You also see a handful of heavy weapons in there. Catapults or ballista or something like that. They're a little bit unusual because they're clearly like modified for the different body shape of these creatures, but they're recognizable for what they are. So it obviously can defend itself besides just ramming. And the whole ship is engulfed, and then the opening closes up again, and you can see no seams whatsoever. And it starts moving away from you.
Strangest thing I've ever seen. I guess we'll not be visiting their port.
Nope.
Seems so.
Nope. From your position here, though, you can see now at least two other clearly spherical vessels. Since now it's obvious, like they're about the same size, and they're off in the distance, as if they're ready to join in and intercept. One other thing, there was some sort of red glow coming from inside there as well when that opened up. Something was glowing in there. A red, kind of a deep red glow. You have no idea what though. And you can see now that all this is done. You can see a few spots down on the surface in this great cavern that initially looked natural, but now you're like, no, there's a little bit too much regularity in those strange stone formations. I wonder if that's their some settlements of these creatures.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
That red gemstone thing.
Red gemstone thing?
What was inside of it? That red glow.
Okay, so there's two things. There were like big lumps of stone, like man-sized, that had you'd guess ores or uncut gems.
Yeah.
And then there was a separate red glow. You're not sure where that was coming from. It was coming from deeper in the ship than you could see.
If I can't see it, I can't see it.
Yeah. You could not see it from where you were, but it was not just a steady light. It varied randomly.
Was there randomly, so there wasn't any rhythm?
No, it wasn't like a regular pattern to its the color changes.
Okay.
No, I don't think Lafdul has like no planner knowledge really.
No, not really. You guys, the wizards and the priests would learn some very basic stuff, but it would primarily be related to your faiths and your magical endeavors.
Where it fits in with everything else.
Yeah.
Guess. No, I was wondering. what I was thinking about asking. Obviously, I'm not asking, but I was trying to theorize whether or not I combined spellcraft and gem cutting to know if I may have heard of, not necessarily heard of something.
I mean, you can
Oh
roll.
no, I guess it's more of a. Is there a type of gems that it's like knowing my knowledge of gems and knowing like spellcraft, like knowing like a rare type of substance that's not native to these material plane. It's like
you can always roll.
esoteric knowledge,
You can always roll. That's fine.
but I don't know what I would roll on something
Well,
like
roll
that.
both of them, and I'll tell you if it feels like anything you might be somewhat familiar with. Okay, so it is nothing like anything you know about gem-wise, even magical enhancements on gems or supposedly mythical, magical, legendary gems
It
or
was
anything like that.
I was thinking along the lines of something like I know it exists, but I also know it doesn't exist in this material plane. So that's what I was aiming for.
Right. This doesn't sound like anything gem related that you're familiar with, whether it's non-magical or magical in effect related to gems.
It could be that there was some kind of a large red crystal or gem that was opaque enough that there was some light source behind it that pulsed
For
in different rhythms or
Yeah, for all we know, it
without
could
any
be
rhythm.
refracted light. For all we know.
Mm. But Solas estimates that those rock formations with the ores and uncut gems were most likely have
Power.
something to do with the ship's functions.
A power source.
Not necessarily power source, but they might be how they operate it, like how they maneuver. Power source might be the red pulse.
Oh, like magnetism.
Well, hard to say. Would have to be able to go inside to study.
Be devoured by the sphere. Speaking of sphere, we found a sphere. Weird sphere.
Well, and that ship has now moved off. The other two don't
Doing what
seem
we
to be
do.
moving off. However, they're like at the farthest extent of spelljamming speed. I mean, not spelljamming speed, tactical speed.
I think it's time for us to move away. I don't think Xorn wants us to hang around for too long.
I don't want to hang around them.
Yep, let's back off.
What
Right.
was this place down here?
You heard of some other places around. I think that's a note of something that you put.
Does what was her name? The goblin know what's around here?
Margoth, yeah.
Margoth.
So she indicates that there is believed to be a dragon living in that region down there. A very, very old and powerful dragon.
We could inquire about the riddle we found.
We know how to
think
solve
we want
the
to.
riddle. And that seems like a plot dragon that will eat us.
She would suggest that if you're even considering visiting, you would want a substantial offering to show your good intentions and how to clearly show just how much greater that creature is compared to you. Like some major offerings of tribute.
Solas says that he wouldn't suggest going there.
Not even as our entire library would even be a fraction of what it wants.
Well, Lafdul has a habit of
I'm
donated
just
to dragons, but the rest of us probably want
to be
move on.
fair, you also donated to the dragon.
I know.
So did Yeldon.
The rest of us have moved on.
So did. No, I don't know about that. You didn't lose much because you didn't even use the arms.
Well, Leva got even praised by the dragon for what she participated with.
If
Remember?
Lafdul ever gets killed and someone uses Speak with Dead on him, he's going to say, "I'm not answering any questions until you get me my ring back."
Does it further my goals of finding the ring in the afterlife?
Can't take it with you though.
It's a thought that counts.
All right. So, do you want to start making your way directly back, or did you want to
Look
Make
for the
stuff.
galleon.
Where was the Hobgoblin port, by the way, that had the decanter of endless water?
that was off a different branch that you have not been down.
Wasn't it,
You
like, all
you
the
have
way
to go
down
like
here?
you have to go like halfway back towards the Peck port before you get to that passageway.
Okay, then we just head back, I think.
Yeah.
If you zoom all the way out, was it like down here or was it like all the way down the bottom?
It
Where-
is down around here.
Where are you?
I'm not sure if you. Oh, I'm not on the right
No.
layer anyway.
No, I could see the start of the arrow, but it's going into a black bit.
Can you see my
So
ping?
Yeah, we can see
Yeah.
the ping.
Yeah.
So it's somewhere down.
Yeah.
So I mean
Could be a long
that's many
detour.
days away.
Yeah.
So it's the branch a bit halfway between Kobold and Goblin ports.
You want to
Could
buy
we
that?
ask Margoth if we go to the Hobgoblin port, just theorizing, if the Hobgoblin port and this passageway down the bottom connect?
She would say, I would
Is it
recommend against going further that way. That is, there's
Oh.
the Kuatoa Kingdom and then the Fomorian Kingdom beyond. I suspect that they might see you more as, not necessarily interlopers, but unaffiliated individuals who no one would miss if your ship had a particular accident and looting.
Oh yeah, that's free opportunity, no repercussions. Alright.
But you
I
are
can't remember the-
reasonably close to the Cobalt port if you wanted to return there.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be extra time, and that would definitely be people knowing that you're around here, kind of thing.
We could pop in to check the latest news.
I do
Go in
like
with
that.
for example, with the flitter.
Are you after the water jug?
Yeah,
I
but
like
it's on
the
the way.
idea of it.
Well, why don't we see if more than half of us want the water jug, then we just go. And if less than half of us want the water jug, we don't go.
Right, but I'm asking about the Cobalt port right now, not the Hobgoblin port.
Oh, sorry.
No, we're not even sure
Yeah.
if we're going in that direction now.
Cobalt port is here.
Yeah, I mean that's on your way, but if you have no need to go there,
Yeah.
then the question is, what are you going to do if you go there?
I don't think we're going to learn anything.
Wait, where did we start when we entered this?
We will
Here.
west.
Oh,
Do you see
really?
my ping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that where we
We
arrived?
started here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
We
we're back
almost
again.
crashed into this wall.
Yeah.
That's where we started.
Okay. Is that where we met Margoth then? No, we met her.
We met her on the Goblin port.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where we met the first arcane, and they said, we don't have anything useful. Go to the other port.
What's up here? I wonder.
Margoth would indicate some things up there that would be of no interest to you.
I think
the edge of the
I
map
think-
is up there.
That works.
The crystal shell is that way. You can get out of this crystal sphere that way and get to other crystal spheres.
but we might not find that river.
Well, you won't find that river because you know where the passageway is for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have to go the way we've been told. And
Yeah,
if
the
there's
way
you go on.
the way the riddle worked, basically, based on what I understood, is that once we go down the river from here, in the next sphere, we find the answers to the next route.
Yeah.
Basically, it's something that the people in next sphere will know.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is we've spent extra time to earn some money, and then we got to go back to get paid. And we've got at least one thing we want to pick up on the way back. But if there isn't anything anyone wants to pick stuff up for, we should just get moving.
I mean, stopping in the Cobalt Port would not be a big delay. Potentially, we could basically just go in for a few hours and leave.
Okay, we pay docking fees, so is there 3 of you that have got some business to do there? Or do you just want to stock up on food?
I've not really got any reason to stay there. It was just a decanter at the whole port.
Solas would be interested in hearing the latest news.
Okay, that's good enough reason. And the decanter is sold there, is it? The decanter's sold there.
It's sold in the Hobgoblin Port.
Right. Okay.
Which
So,
is
If the decanter was sold in Cobalt Port, we would have most likely bought it.
so
we
the only
could ask
the
at the Kobold Port if it could be moved to the Goblin Port. If it could be moved to Magic. So we could just go straight to the Goblin Port and pick it up there for a small fee or something.
They would have indicated back at the because you would have asked if you could have gotten it to the Kobold Port when you asked at the Kobold Port, and they would have indicated that not efficiently in a way that you would have appreciated, shall we say?
It'd be
And
like
even if they could have it,
point.
even if they could have it, would have most likely increased the cost quite radically.
right. So you want to stop off here, and we're likely to just be getting news. Anybody else?
News and possible resupply on spell ingredients.
You sure on stuff?
Well, I could use a few things.
You're not in need of doing the regular thing yet.
No, I might be going down my incense at some point.
Braxon's going to vote to skip it.
Okay, so that's 1 for visiting the Kobold Port, 1 for skipping. Lafdul?
I'm
Yay or nay?
abating. I'm against, I suppose. Abating, but in favor of nay.
4.
All right. So that's 2 and 2. Finn?
Against.
All right. Ockar?
I'm against.
Okay. Okay, so you can make your way back to where you left the galleon.
Yeah.
Do we?
And I think that'll wrap up your day.
Actually, there is a point. We may need to go to the Kobold Port depending on perils. Because if we can't identify these items, basically, I'm holding on to these corpse parts. People don't want me holding on to these corpse parts. My question depends on whether or not we identify them as we need command words. I can do the ones, but I don't know about the ring. I suppose I could just ask what's the command word for the ring. There is no command. Just take a guess.
I am not exactly sure what you're asking.
He's saying we should stop off at the port to get pearls so he can cast his spells.
No, for the identification to figure out whether or not we even needed to ask. But don't worry.
If you ask for the command word and there isn't a command word, wouldn't they say there isn't a command word?
No, they would just say there isn't one, and that would answer that question, I guess.
I mean, you can also get some pearls at a different port too.
Yeah, but it means I'm holding on to corpse parts. People were against it, and that was the problem.
Yeah, I think he wanted to be getting a catapult and firing fingers overboard or whatever it is he's got.
Just ask your questions and then be done with it. I mean, if there's a command word, then they have to answer truthfully or they don't answer at all. So you're either going to learn of a command word or they can't lie to you. Oh, there's no command word to that thing that needs a command word. They can't do that to you. So.
All right. Well, on the following day, I will ask.
Okay, so you can move your ship here?
Hang on. I'm sorry, I'm too zoomed out.
No, hold it. Half a day.
I mean, you spent some time with the Pex and the Zorn getting everything set up and stuff like that. You had the fight. There was time after the fight. That's just going to wrap up that day of travel kind of thing.
Right, I'm closer now. Where can I move? There.
Yeah. You see?
Yeah.
Is mine hidden?
Okay. So, are we going to try and find that ship or just get going? Sort of.
I'm not that fast about it. Whatever
Why do we
happens.
want to find it?
Well,
we already marooned them.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
And marooning is a common way on treating pirates.
Fair enough.
Okay.
It's legally acceptable.
It's like de facto.
Yeah, I mean, because you're giving them a chance. They surrendered. You're not killing them. You're giving them a chance. But at the same time, if they die, it's kind of seen as divine or karmic punishment for their piracy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So you can move a day. It will be uneventful unless you want to do something during that day.
No, it's whether or not we would have had sufficient interruption to our spell research, because all of us are doing spell research, apart from Finn.
The day that you just had was interruption. Yes.
All right.
Because you had a fight and you had the meeting with the Zorn.
Yeah.
Solas will continue his research, but he will also use his healing spells to top off any remaining wounds on the party members and crew.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I get an arrow?
Use mending again to try and fix the ship.
Oh, how much was the ship damage? Because I might have to take shape woods.
Hang on. The ship is on 59 of 70 hull points.
I will take 2.
Well, it's now on 60.
Thank you.
If there's something that mending can fix.
Yeah, I think you can do. We'll say 2 more mendings.
Okay, I would cast those 2 more mendings in this day also.
Okay.
Oh, we have new spells this day.
We're going into the next day. Yes, we're going into the next day. So.
Oh, but your shifts first and mine's after.
It's not that big of a deal right now.
So I succeeded on those 2 otters, so 62.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did anyone want to take some shape woods for that day?
I will take 2, so I'll have 2 less fur.
Finn has 2 as well.
Okay. So you can go ahead and roll for those. And let Braxon know how many hull points he restores.
I've got 2 from me.
Yeah, I've got to use up some wood as well, I think, for those.
Yeah, use wood if it heals under the level, which we are. Wait, is that how?
So yeah, if you're using shape wood, that is using the wood. So 2 hull points would restore, would use up 2 hull points worth of wood.
Yeah, it doesn't use extra.
I'm trying to remember how we did the formula. One was certain.
I believe
And
it's
it was
level
like a
level
70
minus 1 times 10% for the second hull point.
Yeah, it was 70% for another whole point. So yeah, I'm under the 70.
Yeah. So are you using
another
2
one.
of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 4 points from.
And 4 points used.
Full number.
So we would be in the 66-point range.
Yeah.
And if Finn, did you take?
Yeah, so here's my 2.
Okay.
So 3.
And that uses up wood as well.
Yeah, 3 hull points.
Right, so we're 7. We're 7 points down. Let's go find the tab.
That's not bad. That is something that Lafdul and Finn can, if they take the same as shape wood spells, they can fix it next day.
Or you could just spend the week doing a normal repair
Yeah,
too. I mean,
that is also true. But wasn't it so that they can only fix 1 hull point during a week per carpenter?
yes.
Yeah.
But it only needs 1.
Aren't we? Oh yeah, our hit point is 70.
Yeah, you're at 69 out of 70.
We got 2 wands, 2 rings from the recent fight. Was it 2 rings?
I believe so.
Yeah.
2 wands, 2 rings. I'm trying to think of anything else that may have a command word.
I could probably start copying some of that stuff to you if you guys want to, if you have anything that you want to think about or talk about.
It's one of those things. I would have done it on the next day, but it could be done retroactively. Or...
You have just moved on to the day after the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the next day.
Yeah, this is the next day. So if there's something that you want to do,
that's what I mean. Yeah,
this is the day to do it.
Know what we got.
So what do you want to do?
Well, I will use speak with Dead. And
You're asking like a question.
Yeah, well, because I don't know what items we got. That's the thing. That's why I'm so hesitant. I can only guess at what we've got based on what I remember.
Well, I mean, you can start with either things that you know or like the Kuotoa. Was there anything that you wanted to ask them?
Oh yeah, this will be done in private though.
Okay, that's fine.
Lafdul, you can always basically, if for example, if you know who had the ring that had the command word, know the description of the ring, you can just ask what is the command for this ring, or what does this ring do, and they have to answer it.
Yeah.
You don't have to know what it does before.
I could literally ask, what does this item do?
Yeah. And if you basically describe the ring, they can't say what, for example, if they had a non-magical ring, they can't just say that the non-magical ring's effect. They have to say the specific ring's effect.
Alright, yeah, I know how to answer that now. Regarding the book that I have acquired, it didn't radiate magic with detect magic, so I will cast a new... Is this gaming the system if I cast like no alignment? Because I know books can be really devastating.
No, it's not gaming the system to cast no alignment on it. If you suspect it might be an aligned item that is hiding its magic, that's perfectly fine.
Because we had a book that the book I recently read was not magical, but it improved my wisdom, for example.
Can the question is, can Ockar detect evil book intent?
Depends. I think I can detect evil magic items.
Well, yeah, I got the detect good and evil, which I would also take if I'm allowed, or if I start taking the mic.
No, you can take both of them if you want to use
Right,
that to try and.
I will use no alignment, detect good, detect evil on that book.
No alignment, detect good, and detect evil. Okay. Can no alignment work on an item?
Yeah, you can
Yes,
get if
it does?
an
Okay.
item has a strong
if-
alignment.
Okay.
Yeah, it works on item or person
Okay.
or creature.
Just wanted to check. Okay, so that is he's gonna get a saving throw. Let me find his stats.
Do I know if my spell fails simply from a saving throw?
Oh, right, no, it's because those three. I was thinking about the no alignment first. Okay, I mean the speak with dead. Sorry. So you cast no alignment, detect good, and detect evil, and they do not reveal any particular information. No alignment, like it doesn't reveal anything for items that are unaligned. Like if you just pick up a sword and cast no alignment,
if it's unaligned,
it's
unaligned.
got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't even give you unaligned or neutral. It just it gives you nothing. So
Yeah, unaligned objects reveal nothing.
yeah,
This is where I asked Dakota, is where you falsifying this magical book, falsely proclaiming it's a magic book when in fact it's not. I could I use an augury if my intent? Because I can, because I don't actually have to follow the augury. I use the augury to what would happen if I were to read half an hour of this book.
okay. What is the
78. I'm not necessarily going to do it. I just see what my augury tells me.
No danger awaits you in the reading of that tome, but no benefit comes from that either.
Huh. This mundane book, perhaps. After the statue the next day. Oh, well. I'll just have to take my chances and read it. Well, I will...
Well, you wanted to speak with dead, right?
Yeah, what's the spine of the book, just so I know what the book is?
I mean, if you're casting Speak with Dead in private, you can hold the book and say, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Pointing at it,
yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. What was magic? What was the magical property of this book?
Okay.
I guess it is a legit question.
Okay, let's see.
I will mark off an instance and say I'm doing this. And is it right to have an officer as well? Just him and an officer?
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't know how many I think there were 2 officers, but yeah. I think there was...
Well, okay, so
one.
there's the Duke and there's the Captain. You can have
Yeah, those 2.
Yeah.
2 instances. Puts me down to 12.
All right, so you are casting Speak with Dead on him. How many questions do you get?
I believe it's 4. 1 second. 3.
Okay, 3. All right, first question. You're asking what are the magical properties of this tome? This book?
Yeah.
All right, so you, in the privacy of your quarters, you cast Speak with Dead, and the ghostly apparition of this fishman creature appears before you. Yeah?
Do I remember if it was speaking in common? When it spoke to the fowl? Because I would have prepared a tongue spell otherwise.
You can prepare a tongue spell just in case.
Alright. Then
That's
I
fine.
would have done Koatoa language.
All right, and it appears and it gives you a hateful, crazed look as it appears, and you repeat your question, and it hisses at you and says, "That book would increase your intelligence if you were to read it. What do you have? Why did the fowl not take it?
I'm not.
Why do you have it?" And he's kind of muttering to himself. That beast.
Anything I want to ask? Did we find any items? I don't think we found any items that were worthwhile. I genuinely didn't have any other questions.
You can't just dismiss the spirit if you only had one question. You don't have to ask all the questions.
Aren't you going to prank it with your questions?
No. That's entirely up to you.
There is Lafdul he does dally around like playing with forces he shouldn't, but he's respectful enough. Once he's got the question he wants, that's it, he's done.
All right. So, are you?
I dismiss the spirit. I got what I wanted.
Okay.
I could have answered more, but I got what I wanted to know.
All right.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, he failed the saving throw. Pretty hard.
Well, he rolled 1.
Not quite. All right. Did you want to summon the captain?
No. Well, yeah, I'll do it just for vouching for the book. See if he just doubles up on the book or if he just mocks me.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. The apparition of this other fishman appears before you. There's almost a weary look, but also a look of disgust with you.
Does it refuse to answer?
So you ask about the book?
Yeah, it's exactly the same question.
It gives a wet snort and then vanishes.
These things happen. I can dispose of those finger parts, I guess.
Okay.
So what am I going to have to collect in the future? Hand? Body?
Basically, yeah, you'd have to... I think I'm going to have to say that you have to take the whole body. Or, like, whatever's left of it kind of thing. Like, you can't just take a piece of the body. If there's only a piece left, if that's literally all that's left, then that's okay. But...
what if the body has been cut in half and can he just take the bigger part?
You can just take the bigger part.
Surely you just
the
take
biggest part of mass, I guess.
It's pretty rare for them to actually get cut in half, though.
Yeah, but you never know.
That's true.
Okay. I've got to say, I think Braxon would rather you took both halves if the person was cut in half and gave them some sort of burial ceremony and chucked them overboard after you'd asked them the questions.
That might be nice. Might be reasonable.
I think the crew would be more accepting of that than
Probably.
Yes, probably. Considering I still have an elephant corpse on our asteroid that I have not done anything with.
But this is Lafdul. He does strange things.
Yeah, it's usually the wizards who are. It's usually the wizards who are obsessed with body parts. It's unusual for it to be the trickster priest. All right, so was there anything? Sorry, what was that, Ockar?
I'm really tempted to ask for that book because that would really help with
my
my
I stole that book.
None of you know that that he has it.
Yeah, Braxon won that book.
I bet the wizards are angry at me, but hey. Well, we don't know about it.
Yeah, what you don't know can't hurt you. If you stole the book,
So-
it should be your holy symbol for a month.
So was there anything else that you wanted to do either in private or in public?
No, the next day would be in public, and I will be asking. Obviously, when that rolls up, I'll ask the questions then.
Was there anything else that anyone? Is there anything that anyone else wants to do on this this day? Okay, then you can move forward today.
Do I remember how long it took me to read the other book?
It took a while.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm
Well-
doing research anyway, so.
If we don't know anything about this particular book, Lever will just keep on researching the spell.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Lafdul, because of that time spent interrogating the dead, that does set you back 1 day on your research.
Alright.
Okay.
Still 6 of 14. So.
Okay. So another day passes. Is there anything that anyone is going to do this day? I guess we'll start with Lafdul because you did say that you wanted to do something.
Yeah, it was to speak with Dad to find the command words for the wands and the rings.
Okay.
Ignore that roll, it was an accident.
That's fine. I mean, I don't care that much if you guys are rolling for yourself. Anyway, if it, and you could do just a GM
No, it
roll
was-
if you're. No, I understand. But if there's ever a thing where it's just like, you know, you're rolling for something just for yourself, you can just do a GM roll. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. Let's see. So, who do you want to start with, Lafdul?
The one that did the lightning bolt
Okay.
on me. So I know that one has to come out. Well, it would literally be what's the command word for that wand? Because I got a good guess of what that wand is based on its effect. I think it's a reputable one as well.
Yeah, you're
The
asking
one
for
for
the
lightning.
command word, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you gather some of the party members who might be interested and cast Speak with the Dead.
Feel free to chime in on this.
Okay, so the figure of this Gith pirate appears before you, and you see it like grab for its at its belt where its dagger would be, and then a look of hatred washes over its face as it realizes that A, it's dead and doesn't have a dagger, and B, that you have just brought its spirit back from the dead. And you hold up the wand and ask whether it has a command word or what the command word is.
Yeah. Tell me the command word for this wand.
It clenches its teeth and then says, Zeratok.
Alright, everyone in the party heard this, yes?
Well, everyone who's there. I don't care who's there.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone. I would have made sure that everyone would have been there.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's pretty much an easy div out to whoever.
Yeah, so you got... Do you guys have a Wand of Lightning already? Does someone have one?
I think it's the wizard only one anyway, so.
So what's that one?
Wand
Is
of
that
Lightning.
one that? No, it's a harpoon that you have, Braxon, isn't it?
Yeah, we got the.
It was
No,
Trident.
I'm
that cast
specifically
lightning bolt.
asking about a Wand of Lightning.
No.
Okay.
No one has a
No.
wand of lightning.
All right. Solas and Leva, give me spellcraft checks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I succeed.
Okay.
Oops. Well,
Alright.
you got the double.
And it's the same roll too. Wow. All right. So yes, you've heard a little bit about Wands of Lightning. So Obviously, you know it can do the lightning bolt that hit Lafdul. He can certainly tell you, and that makes you go, like, oh, you know what? I bet you can try to hit someone with this and do a shock as well. Okay.
Shock and grasp.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that it has those two powers.
You wouldn't know if it had like chain lightning, no.
If
I don't
it
mind
only
telling you it
has
does not.
those
Those
two-
are the only two powers that it has.
Hmm.
Okay, so I potentially can recharge that wand.
Mhm.
If the lightning bolt is the normal lightning bolt spell.
It's close enough for that.
Okay, so I can recharge that wand whenever if I take it, whenever I use it, I can recharge it.
It had a ring on it, that one as well, didn't it?
He did, and he had an iron sphere.
I will ask the questions. What is the magical effect of this item?
Which one are you asking about?
The ring. I will say, describe the magical enchantment of this item.
Okay.
Describe its function.
He hisses and says, I don't know its exact properties, but one time when I was fighting something and had to use my dagger, my wounds knit after I killed a filthy goblin that tried to attack me.
Oh, that's a ring of vampiric regeneration.
Said someone out of character.
Wow.
I mean, I don't think Lafdul really knows about
No. Yeah, it's one of those items
we can theorize that it has lifesteal
Actually,
properties.
I did do research on the ring of regeneration. Would I have known of the variants of the ring of regeneration?
Very, very vaguely.
Might
have heard a legend about something similar to this.
We can say that it has most likely some kind of lifesteal properties.
Alright, then I do the same question but with the sphere.
Alright. So you hold up the sphere and ask what it does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it hisses at you and says, there's a little bit of a smile there, and he says, if you use the command word and throw it at a creature, it will be bound by the iron strips in that sphere. And then the spirit vanishes. Because you got your 3 questions.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes,
total...
but
You did
he
not
revealed
get
it
the command
has a command word.
He didn't get it. He's all smug now.
That's fine, at least we know what it does.
It sounds somewhat like was it Cyrillin's band of iron or something like that.
I wonder if the other guy you dismissed after one question.
Yeah, you might know. There's a chance. That would probably actually be my first question. Why? Well, there's no guarantee my spell works, so I will attempt to see if my spell works.
All right. So you wanted to do another...
The one that I killed, yeah.
This
time.
Okay.
Well, I killed both of them, but yeah, the one that I was originally fighting first. The one I backstabbed.
Okay, so you bring into view the spirit of the Gith, his body eaten away by acid, or his spiritual body eaten away by acid, and a look of hatred and pain is on his spirit face. And what do you start by asking?
Lennius would be with us. I will actually... How many items did this creature have? He had a wand, he had a ring as well.
Just a wand and a ring.
Alright, then I will start with the sphere. I say, what's the command word for this sphere?
I have no idea.
Oh, at least he's answering the questions. All right. What's the command word for the one?
You see him grit his teeth and then kind of forced against his will to say, Bessalash.
No, that. If we identify that, we should know what that is with the command word. I will gamble on this ring having a... Oh, this is one that summoned the spirit, the djinn. Well, the thing. I will say, what's the command word for the ring?
It has no command word. And then he
well.
vanishes.
It was a gamble. Might just have to will it, or it might be a contract ring or something.
That's
We learned a couple of we learned a couple of things.
That's a good question. You've learned it doesn't need it.
Okay. Did you only have the two Speak with Deads?
Yeah, I only take two.
Okay.
In case we get into combat.
All right. Was there anything that anyone else wanted to do?
Solas would research during his shift.
Okay.
Would I have been taking the mech if I? No, I would have been. I would have just done the obvious candidates, which would be the ones for the command words for them. That's fine.
All right. So you dump those bodies overboard afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it possible for Braxon to figure out if we're able to get rid of any of the burn marks from that wall of fire without using up wood or anything?
It'll take like a negligible amount of wood and paint and stuff like that to fix that.
Doesn't shape wood literally reform the wood?
It does, but
with replacement wood.
Yes, but Solas explicitly used mending on that section.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he repaired wood, but the burn marks are still there.
Yeah.
So you just need to sand it, maybe replace just a little bit of cosmetic stuff, and then repaint it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or revarnish. I guess that would be varnish since it's the deck, not paint.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else that you want to do? Anyone wants to do in that day?
Levi's researching again. She wants to learn that spell.
Okay.
Yeah. For the rest of the journey, I will just be researching.
All right. And let's see.
Oh, I know.
On the following day, I would have more shape woods, but this day I did not. To help out.
Well, I believe just the regular crew is repairing this last one.
Oh, was there only one?
Yeah, we are only one bit away.
Alright then. Yeah, obviously I don't need to then.
I mean, you could keep one shape wood as a reserve if we encounter something.
No, I've been taking different spells for a change.
That's fine.
Like to remove paralysis, that totally was useful.
Yeah. It's a very good spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can move forward another day.
Oh, let's get back to the
This would be the third day.
Yes.
Thank you.
The third day since from that port.
Or
the third day this session.
It's the fourth day of the session, third day since the fight.
So I count off 4 days of contact and power, which puts it down as the last day today, so the priests need to refresh it.
Okay.
This day. Technically the next one. No, it would be this day.
Alright. So the trip is continuing to be uneventful. Okay. Spellcasters just continuing to research.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone doing anything else?
I think Finn was propagating my plant, but I don't know if he's having any luck with that.
Yeah. Braxon's going to do a bit of praying.
Okay.
He's gonna mentally say that rhyme we've got about how to get home to Ptah in his head, and say, "I hope you see fit to place one of your divine servants on our way home, so that I may ask your guidance."
Okay. Braxon,
Uh-huh.
you feel like maybe Ptah heard you.
Wow.
Good job.
So that's it's making you feel like very positive about the upcoming, portions of the trip, like leaving here and going beyond.
Hmm.
So like role play that out that you're gonna feel like Ta heard you, that a positive reaction to
Yeah.
to things, like you're feeling good. You're gonna be happy and in a good mood generally, kind of thing.
Yeah, he's been a bit down since he got drained. Felt like he's done something wrong.
Okay.
Oh, that means Ptah has access in this sphere then. We heard your prayers.
Maybe, or
Well, he felt Ptah heard his prayers.
maybe
because Lafdul's been praying and he knows his deity can't do nothing here.
there's two other explanations. Maybe Braxon's very powerfully thinking about his god, and has the layperson's version of contact home power.
Maybe Braxon just feels really good about this. Maybe Braxon is just
Feels better
gonna be
because he
role
thinks
playing
they got
out being happy, and there's no actual effect.
Or
Yeah.
But
maybe,
I will say,
maybe one of your lot's been reading Braxon's mind and pretending to be Ptah.
I will say this: Braxon is certainly believes that Ptah has access to every crystal sphere. So
Yeah.
and that is a widespread belief.
Yeah. I think if Braxon got told that Ptah didn't have access to a sphere, he would believe that something had been done to that sphere to block Ptah, rather than it, and then Ptah never had access. It'd be like some evil magical curse has been started by Ptah's enemies.
All right. So on this day of travel, this next day of travel, you end up having an encounter with a massive school of batfish, and no long-term real harm, but they do get in, like your ship just passes right through them, and it is like they're fluttering around, flapping on the decks, getting into everyone's hair, and
Were they edible?
most of the crew are not going to be happy about that. Like, they're going to feel like they got
Creeped out,
cut, bitten a little bit. Nothing serious.
check for rabies.
Yeah, I mean, just
Solas,
generally, they're going to be displeased that this happened. They're going to feel that it's a bad omen.
Oh, not Braxton though.
Yeah, that's not contradictory.
Yeah, I think Braxton, you probably feel, it's just a coincidence. That's probably how you feel. Like it's not related. It's neither a good omen nor a bad omen. You're probably feeling that the crew is superstitious, kind of thing.
Well, are batfish edible?
I think you got some, and they weren't very
badly.
tasty.
Yeah.
Goblins like their taste.
Not very tasty.
Not very tasty, no. All right. So, anything that anyone wants to do during this upcoming day?
Well, research.
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 All right.
actually putting time into my research.
So you can go forward a day, but you are coming up on that branch, so it's up to you what you want to do.
Yeah.
The crew will be even
So-
more anxious to get out of here now, though.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Right.
Solas would vote to go and get the decanter of endless water.
Yeah, so would I, because we're going to be going out into the flow for a long, extended
Yeah,
period
just
of time.
go to the
so that's
21
argument.
hours because you're cutting right through the stone there. You got to go around that. Just go to 21 hours.
Also, it would negate our need for refreshing water.
Right. Have we got any more votes for Cantor?
Leva is not altogether for it. She doesn't quite see the need for it.
The
What are we
crew,
doing?
if the crew hears about that, they're going to be pretty grumbly towards that, especially after this encounter with the batfish.
Yeah, I want to
If
get
they
out
hear
of here.
about going there or about
So,
leaving it be.
Detour.
so Ockar, we have the chance to buy in a decanter of water that will stop us running out of water and being in a situation where we have to ration
Well,
water. to the
depending on how powerful this decanter is, they vary.
So to
That's
answer
true.
your question, Leva, the crew would be unhappy about a detour. Like they're now like, this place is terrible. It is awful. It is filled with nasty creatures.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to go home, kind of thing.
All right.
Well, this would be the last detour. That pick up a reward and leave.
Finn, what's your vote on decanter?
It could be useful, but Finn also would really like to get out of the sphere and go someplace with trees.
I mean,
Lafdul
there's
can be
bunch
your
of
one
trees.
tree.
I like that.
If
I like
I
that
got
response from
Bunch of
Finn.
trees, but they are a
If I vote for
bunch
the
of trees,
decanter,
but they are.
that make a stalemate.
This decanter that makes fresh water, could that water be used to water trees and plants and stuff? Or is it just for drinking? And is it a limited amount of water? Or is it a continuous
Endless.
one that
You have
could even
no
be used
idea.
for showers?
You have no idea. It's
It's
a
gonna
it's a decanter of endless water, but you as a wizard would know that that could very easily be overselling it.
In that case, Lever says, nah, let's go.
Braxon's going to say, as well as our ship, it might be useful back on our base.
We don't have to bring in.
Yeah, but it's might and could be and would be and maybe and so on. You haven't eaten dinner with maybes.
We got a barrel of endless salt pork, and that helps.
Yeah, that helps.
So I think
You need the water to wash down the salted pork.
Well, there we go. That's a solid argument. We just get the decanter then.
No.
Well,
We
Lever will vote against it.
All right.
Ockar will vote against it.
Well, if Braxton votes for it, we'll be at stalemate.
Then let's do a flip of a coin if you vote for it.
I'll vote for it.
Let's ask the viewers.
Ask
So the viewers being the deciding factor.
You're not. You're going to get all to put a decision.
I say let all flip a coin.
I don't have a coin on me.
Well, I mean, basically the two.
Somebody get a critical hit and decide.
All right, I'll roll a d12, and if it is 6 or below, that's a vote against, and if it's a 7 or higher, it's a vote for. Okay.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I could use my reroll on this. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
2, a vote against.
No, we're not going after it.
Yeah, we're not going after it now.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that fussed about it. I mean, we can find more.
I mean,
It's
again,
some
I was going to
arcanes.
roll to see if it was going to be there. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be funny if we went there and it wasn't there.
The crew would be livid.
Someone bought it yesterday.
I mean, I did tell you multiple times that I was going to roll to see if it was there, because it had been a while since you. It had been
That's true.
well over a month since you heard that it was there. So
Kind of like it should have been like the first stop we went to or something.
Yeah. Braxton says, look, we can commission that sort of thing later.
Yeah, they sell them in the arcane every now and again.
Why were we voting anyway in that case, if we can commission one?
It's because it was here now. It was only like a few days off, I guess.
If we ask for one,
But-
it might cost more.
But it may
mean-
not be here now.
right, but if it was here now, then you'd have it now, as opposed to many months later when the
Yeah.
commission would come in.
We might be going through 4 crystal spheres where there's no water.
And just hope that all your priests are alive to make the water.
Okay, so you can go ahead and travel forward another day.
There's 6 days. Am I losing count?
Hold on a
I think
second.
it's 6.
Hold on a second. Nope, you're not.
We're getting to...
Okay.
Eventually.
So 7 days would be when we can roll to try and fix a ship.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So during this day, first of all, does anyone have anything special that they're doing that is different than what they've been doing?
Is Leva casting strength on someone?
She
Are you-
was actually doing
No,
it every
I'm-
day, and she was doing it on Ockar.
No.
But
Oh.
if we are on different shifts, then let's see. In which case, she's casting it on Lafdul.
I think
Alright.
that you should really be saving the strength spells for like when you are pretty sure that something is going to come up, kind of thing. Because
Takes a turn to cast.
it takes 10
Yes,
minutes to
okay.
cast. That person has to stand around for 10 minutes, and you're using your spell components, and it's a pain in the butt to keep track of that during these things, and someone just saying, "Oh yeah, I've been casting it every day," when you haven't been doing that. I have to roll wild surges for every day.
Alright.
So even so, like the bigger thing is again, this gets to the whole, kind of gaming the system. I don't see a spellcaster casting this every single day just in case, kind of thing. Like if you're about to go, attack a place, if you think you can wait 10 minutes before you board an enemy ship, sure, that kind of thing, but otherwise I'm going to need to, I'm going to need you to explicitly say every day that you cast it, and so that I can roll the wild surges, and you're going to need to start physically tracking, specifically tracking the spell components for it.
Well, I got a question for you, Lev. You doing the spell research?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you'd be more likely to do this every day when you're not doing the spell research.
No.
That does take
So
up a lot of
nothing
your.
to-
That does take up most of your waking hours too. Like you can be pulled away for a battle, and it not interrupts the game rules of it, but it would still feel like an interruption to you as a character casting that every day.
Well, she'd do it before she starts the research. There are certain things she does before, like eat breakfast, etc., and that would just be part of it. Well, it was always part of it.
Right, but you're chanting for 10 minutes, moving your hands for 10 minutes every single day. Like keep in mind that that's what's going on with that.
She
I mean,
might
if you
do
want
that
to do that, that's fine. I just need you to explicitly say, I'm casting strength, who you're casting it on, we need to roll for it, and I need to roll Wild Surge every single time.
Well,
Suddenly
that's more or less what we've always done.
And I'm going to need you to start keeping track of the number of components that you're purchasing for it.
Let me have a look how much they actually are.
I mean,
It's
I know they're not
piece of-
expensive, but they're...
It's the pinch of dung and few hairs from a strong animal. Ape, bear, oak.
Ugh, she's collecting dung from strong animals, yeah.
So it's basically like Rolf around here. Probably Rolf hair, Rolf
Right,
dung.
but I need you to explicitly, like, purchase how many castings of that, and then keep track of the number. So
I have a note on that which says, got enough to never worry about this one again.
yeah, for reasonable casting, that's not every single day.
Did
Okay.
that big dinosaur creature turn up and say, "Why is my little one been shaved bald?"
No, then I ran after it and collected its droppings.
I mean,
Much easier.
like you get where I'm coming from, right? It's a lot of extra steps every single day of travel on in a Spelljammer game. It's a completely different scenario when you're like,
especially as a wild mage, because it can be
Yeah.
extremely devastating.
yeah.
I get
You
you.
could
No, I
literally
mean-
fireball our ship.
She only fell in love with a horse once. And she only disintegrated Braxon's clothes once.
I get what you're saying, Ald. What about when we're approaching ports and stuff, though?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, like special scenarios and stuff like that. That's perfectly fine. When you know you're about to get into a port, sure. When you know that you're going to be spending days inside a dungeon, or if they're some other adventure location, that kind of thing. Sure. If it's a situation where one of the characters needs the extra strength every single day to carry stuff over overland travel, sure. It's just that, like, the actual travel between planets in Spelljammer kind of needs to be, in a lot of ways. I mean, it's a little bit special here because of what's going on, but it's oftentimes like, okay, 4 days have passed.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to roll wild surges for everything. I don't want you to have to keep track of the spell components for that either. I do want you to just be able to say, I have enough for when I need it. But I have enough for when I need it is not, I have enough to literally cast it every single day for the rest of eternity.
I suppose likewise the crew would be on battle stations 24 hours a day while we were flying through space.
So, I mean, if you want to discuss this more with me after the game, I'm perfectly fine with that too. Okay.
We'll see.
All right. Okay. So that day, you do have an encounter with gargoyles, but you're able to fend them off. I don't want to run a combat.
Braxon comes out with his man catcher.
Do
Unlike-
I get chance to get more gargoyle parts?
No, you fend them off and they flee, essentially.
Lafdul learned of his inverted ethics tactic and he casts them on it, so we avoid the encounter entirely.
It basically, like a lot of times when you have a first encounter with something that could be interesting or could be nasty, I'm definitely going to play it out. But subsequent encounters, I may just say, do this kind of thing where you fend it off. You know how to deal with them now, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Braxon swears at him. Gargoyle.
So you managed to fend off a group of gargoyles, no serious injuries amongst the crew.
That's good.
And that will wrap up that day. Let me actually see. We're coming close to the end of the session, and you're actually coming close to the Goblin Port. So let me go ahead and just see if there's
Shall I just move that last 24 hours? Sorry, I need the arrow again.
Don't you see my arrow?
No, it's gone away.
Yeah, it disappears after a time for yeah.
That was my fault.
That's what happens to mine.
Yeah, so it disappears after a time for other people, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 3 days. Let me just see if there's any encounters.
This is where wasn't this where we found those spiders, asteroid spiders, before?
This is the day you should roll the carpentry check, I think.
Yeah. Should I do reroll thing?
Not for this.
If two carpenters are working, it does that
See what
affect
happens
it?
when Lafdul speaks, Lever? You know, it's not just you.
Yeah,
I will
Lafdal
say that
changes
you can
us
have
all.
the other carpenter working with you since it was just one thing, and see if they manage to save your fumble there. So go ahead and roll another d20. They did. Braxon, the other
Too
carpenter is
distracted.
like, whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, I can't believe you were about to do that. No, that's not the right way to do this. And he manages to correct the repairs along the way. So you do get repaired to full hit points. All right, so you can go ahead and move the next 2 days. Does anyone else have anything special that they're doing in that?
We will be really cautious on this day because this is where we met the asteroid spiders.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
hang
first
on.
day of this Tuesday.
Another
Yeah.
2 days.
Hang on. Roundabout here, hang on. Roundabout here is where we got to think of splitting off for our secret mission.
No, you go a full day, and you don't have to be like right on it.
I think if we count that we are going through the rock, it's the 21.
If you go over here, go over here.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
because you got to go sort of around it slightly.
and that is where you can start thinking about what you want to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that was 2 more days of research.
Yeah. So since the start of the
Was it-
session, that's been a total of 9 days. All right. So you are approaching the goblin port of Gorlgak's Rest.
That is my 14 out of 14 that I needed.
Okay. So we'll get to that in just a second.
Right.
And Lenelius will meet with you, Braxon, and you, Lafdul, to
Mhm.
begin going over the plans for what you want to do.
And-
so you'll have a
and
week to
Numerial.
think about that. And Numerial, yeah.
And Finn. Finn said he'd
It
come along.
was more of a case of I want to have like a general meeting with them of, and then because I want to lay this on the table with everyone in the group so they can all like convey if they're. I mean, yes, we are doing this in particular,
right? But so again, this is also the kind of thing that the more people are involved, the more risk there is, the more danger there is, and stuff like that. It is something that a handful of you have expressed interest in. If you want to bring other people in, that's fine. You can talk about that out of character.
Well, there
over the
has
week.
Been talk out of character. It needed to happen in game.
Right. Well, and that's going to be next week.
Right.
But basically, Nemerial and Lenelius will meet with you two and basically say, first Lenelius wants to confirm that you're willing to do this. So he'll come to you guys and say, I understand that we're approaching Gorlgak's Rest. You're still willing to uphold going to retrieve those banners? Excellent.
Plan is to...
Then we should begin... Well, then we should begin planning. And then that will be like the segue for next week's session on how you plan. Maybe you'll bring in some other people, kind of thing. Um, he and Nemariel come to you two because you're the ones that they've already talked to. If Finn has already expressed interest in that, then certainly next week, then it'll be like, okay, let's go get Finn and bring him in. If other people are interested, if you want to do it a different way, get everyone together, that's fine, but that can come next week. And that gives you guys a time to think about what you want to do and what your plans are. Nemariel and...
Would we have already have made the fake flags?
Yeah, you got those made at back at the Mongrelman port.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have those already. Nemariel and Lenelius, their recommendation was fog cloud spells. If you want to do something else, that's perfectly fine. That was their suggestion, so that's the starting point.
Good. Would I learn if Lenelius had invisibility or Nemariel have invisibility between them?
I don't have a full list of Lenelius spells yet, so I will need to check on that.
Fly?
And Nemariel,
I think she went up to third and fourth with us. I don't know if she has many.
She does not have invisibility.
No.
And someone needs to pilot the ship anyway. So, again, it can be Nemariel, it could be Lenelius,
Yeah.
It could be one of you guys. That's fine. That is something that will need to be considered. So,
Might not be Braxon.
think it will probably not be. But so that's essentially their starting recommendations. Just like go in with the cloaking helm, set up these fog clouds, do the switcheroo, get out. If you want to do more, you can plan that out. But that is their idea. So you guys can consider that, and then we can role play out the discussion next session.
Okay.
And Lafdul, you finished your research. Did anyone else finish their research?
Not yet. I'm over halfway, but
I had a first level spell. That's why I'm
10,
so far ahead.
10 days off.
Okay.
Lever has 12 days of a total of 56. So there's some ways to go.
A little bit, yeah. A little ways off. Okay, fair enough.
I'm just looking for where I kept the notes on the scroll research thing. But
Oh yeah, last time we played, you said you was going to save all the XP for this time.
Yes, I'm about to
So
total that up in a
We'll
second.
get a decent XP. I thought it was
Oh
gonna-
yeah,
And hold on,
just a
hold
reminder.
on, real fast. Finn, you were doing some propagation with Lafdul's plants.
Yeah, see if I could
the one that smells like bread. It's a unique one.
see if I could take a cutting and get that to grow.
Okay. Do you have any relevant proficiencies besides just being a druid?
Herbalism?
Yeah, I'll go with that. And give you a bonus of +2, so that'll be a -2 to the roll.
Okay.
So we can go
And
see
it's
how
already
successful
at
you are.
-1.
Okay, so right now, you think you're on the right track, but you need to like kind of go back to the drawing board and try something else. Maybe remix the soil a bit, that kind of thing. So this was just a failed attempt as opposed to you can't do it.
Want to loan Solas as a drawing board?
I'm sorry?
I ask if Finn wants to loan Solas as a drawing board.
What kind of nutrients if I grind it up and put it in the soil, though?
I think Solas is contemplating whether or not that's heresy or a good idea. He's torn.
I still have
No,
no
I
idea
asked
what you were
Jason.
offering. I'm sorry.
Since Finn needed to go back to the drawing board, Solas asked if Finn wants to loan his.
I might have to fire you. He might be in the same company of Dracophile there. It's terrible.
But I wanted to remind all to full out your HP.
Yeah, make sure your hit points are full.
Yeah, I'm looking at what I wrote for this.
You would be healed during the time.
I think the first week, my first attempt, is it done week by week, isn't it? Or is it day by day after you?
For what? It's week by week for research. Spell research.
So the first attempt for me is 33%.
Have I got a minute to adjust the wood before you do the hit points? The XP?
Yeah, you got a moment. I'm totaling this up right now anyway.
I think that was the formula around. Something. I think that's right.
Let's see.
We've got one more point worth for lithid wood.
Yeah, do you have any spells that give you a bonus?
Not for spell research. I don't think scribe helps with spells.
Nice wood.
No, I don't think so.
I would have to check. I do have the book open. I'll see if I can find it. Bear with my mouse scrolling. I'm not sure if that's been picked up.
It is, but that's okay.
Oh.
It's not a big deal.
Sounds like a cat scratching.
Alright, scribe.
And I have the XP ready in a moment.
No, it does not help spells. It's only scrolls.
Okay. Lafdul, third level spell, silence. Is that third or second? That's second, right?
Silence is second.
Okay.
I had Chaos Shield, which did help.
It didn't help that much. It didn't help that much.
I would have been hit otherwise, wouldn't I? He said I was on the edge.
It was on the edge, but that's not quite good enough. If you bounce the lightning bolt back and
oh right, I see.
Then I'd count that. Let's see.
I suppose the only thing, yeah.
Okay.
Haste helped some level though, on me.
That is a good point.
Because that fight may have ended differently without, especially with the stone skin.
All right, so that is going to be.
I had about a famous.
All right.
Barely helped.
So, 10,125 XP each.
So 10,000.
10,125. Well, you got an extra 0 in there, Lafdul.
Oh.
10125.
Yeah. Sorry. That's why I was. Thank you.
And then Braxon gets an extra 200. Ockar gets an extra 200. Finn and Lafdul get an extra 100. Leva an extra 150. And Solas, what monster summoning spells did you use?
I used monster summoning 3 and 1.
Okay, so that's an extra 200 for you. No, I'm sorry. That's
for mage.
300 for your mage. Yeah.
The 200.
Do I get anything for the dispelling the wall of fire?
No.
Okay.
And what were you asking, Braxon?
The 200 XP was a gift from Batar.
Sure. We'll go with that. Lafdul, you can also decide what your holy symbol was, what kind of ship implement, tiny, small ship implement. Belaying pin is fine, something like that.
Yeah, I really don't know. I would have to look up if I
Alright.
was...
Just go with a belaying pin then.
Yeah, belaying pin's fine.
Make it a rudder.
I was thinking like anchors big.
That's
cool.
That's a little big. Yeah, you're not a JRPG protagonist. Sorry.
I mean, if I had a bag of holding.
You can't just swing that around like Ward or Lug, I think his name was. It's been a while since I played Signified.
Even if you had bag of holding, I don't think the bag of holding would reduce the weight of the anchor enough, even if it fit in there.
It would reduce the weight of the anchor while it was in there, but once you pull it out, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So I see that Finn is pretty close to going up a level.
Yay!
But not quite
Nice.
there.
You
Anyone
are
else pretty close? Or anyone else going up a
Nah.
level, I should ask? No? Okay.
I'm still...
So next time
Can't
Finn
remember.
is going to be attacked by level draining attack.
He's technically going to be
That's
our...
just what you are planning.
I
know
don't think there's a hand reward for that.
He has out-leveled the other priest being a single priest.
Yep.
single class.
That's the nature
That's
of being
good.
single classed.
Yeah, he was a little baby druid when we
I
met.
mean, if Lafdul didn't lose 50,000 XP for reading a certain book of good,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
but
if
I got
only.
more hit points, so...
So I will, after the game, I will send you the descriptions of all of the items. I will let you know which ones had which command words as well.
Oh, did I learn or did I fail? 33 was...
Sorry. Yeah, I need to roll that.
It just means it goes on for another week.
You learned it.
Oh. Wow, first week.
There you
Guess
go.
I was inspired. Alright, at the cost. Gonna be a bit well, I'm glad I got it in 1 week, so I don't have too much. I have enough, but not if it went off week after week after week.
Yeah. I mean, it does. The chances do keep going up, though.
Yeah, let's commute. Chance.
All right. So, as a last refresher, I have 1 reroll. Braxon has 2. Finn has 1. Lafdul has 1. Leva has 1. Ockar and Solas have none. And that is going to wrap up our session today.
Trying to look at the cost. Sorry.
That's okay.
The
Yeah, that's
cost is like 1d 10 times 100.
We can handle it after the session. It's fine.
Alright.
So I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank everyone out there for watching. Had a blast. Looking forward to a little bit of a heist next time with a cloaked flitter. And
Where Lafdul parts with the company.
yeah. Well, you might part with life too, but it's okay.
Old.
Yeah?
Thanks for all the fiddling you did with Firefox and Chrome to get the game back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a
we
thing
didn't
of...
have a game last week.
Yeah.
But what I mean is I know you did a lot of work to get the game back.
Yeah, I mean, it was just setting everything back up with the new thing. And I still need to look at what's going on with the Twitch chat that kept not showing up. See if I can figure out what's going on there. But, yep. I'm certainly glad to be back playing. So, we will see you all next week. Thanks again for watching, everyone. See you next time.
Thanks for
See ya.
Thanks
Take
for
care,
having
all.
us.